now we have another segue into crazy people talking, crazy people listening, and crazy people believing. Are you familiar with this Burning Man concert thing that's going on?
I heard about it today. It was on the news. It's hilarious.
So apparently there's this huge music festival or whatever it is in Nevada every year, and they had some weather that caused a lot of mud there. So a lot of the cars and everything, they could not move. They couldn't get out. So you had 70,000 people that were stranded because of this weather. Instead of just going through and saying, how do we save these people? What can we do? Marjorie Taylor Greene was on the Alex Jones show. Now, when you add up those two, do you think you could think of any two people that you could put together that would break the crazy scale other than Alex Jones and Marjorie Taylor Greene?
No, that's pretty bad right there.
Because I think
that's really bad.
If you pair them with either one, you're already in the right direction.
Oh my God. Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
How was that? I can't even.
So Marjorie Taylor.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Unfortunately, we're going to have to listen to the voices of Marjorie Taylor Greene and Alex Jones, which are like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
But this is maybe not. It's on level with as crazy as Marjorie Taylor Greene has ever been. Some of her greatest hits. I think she was a 9/11 denier. She obviously is a January 6th denier. She's the Jewish space laser lady. Jewish space lasers are starting forest fires in California. Well, she's got another one to add to her greatest hits list. Lana, buckle in, because you're going to hear exactly why these people are stranded in Nevada at Burning Man from Marjorie Taylor Greene and Alex Jones.
Are watching, from a distance. There are approximately like 73 or 75,000 people in Nevada.
And they're locked in there from floods. And I'm glad, I was going to raise that. They literally did a mock sacrifice and all this, and then it flooded with these tornadoes, and it was, sorry, go ahead.
Well, God has a way of making sure everyone knows who God is. Mm-hmm. I'll say that about that. But
so God is mad at people at Burning Man? Is that the implication, I guess?
They made a mock sacrifice?
I will say this. I don't know much about Burning Man. I just know there are some people that go there that are a little off kilter.
Right.
Whether there was a mock sacrifice or not, I have no idea. It's a little too. Let's just put it this way.
So is there climate change or not? Because now they're saying God was mad and he made this weather. So that would seem like that's kind of like climate change.
So God is responsible for climate change. But let's see what else she has to say about this. I mean,
let's talk about what is happening to these people. So there's 73, 75,000 people in Nevada desert right now at this Burning Man. They're locked in. They're not allowed to leave. And they're basically probably being brainwashed that climate change is the cause of all of it. Well, the root of all evil, and it's going to destroy the earth. And they're
look at even Alex Jones can't cut her off. Alex Jones, the biggest mouth, the loudest idiot. She is going to run right over his ass too. So she might be crazier than him.
Feeling the panic and
the media is saying that. Oh, this is because you didn't know about climate change.
Yes. So what's going to happen, Alex? It's the same thing, same way they launch any kind of movement. After this is over in Burning Man and these 75,000 people disperse and they go back home, they're going to have these stories to tell and how terrible it is and how we have to do everything possible to stop climate change. It's caused by humans and it's carbon. And it's the amount of carbon that we put out. It's manufacturing. It's our gas and diesel engines. It's agriculture. I mean, AOC wants to get rid of cattle. Even population. We have too many humans putting out too much carbon. You're going to start hearing all this stuff, and this is going to build. And I believe this is the left's new lie they're going to put on the American people.
Does she have a point, Lana, at all? Do you think?
You see my face? Like I can't even. I was here pretending to be stupid, like pretending just to be blank, right? And just listen to it like I don't know anything, and it still doesn't make any sense. Like it's still,
Can't even pretend stupid.
right? It's like all the carbons is going to be released in the air, and the manufacturing. Like, why wouldn't that cause a problem? It's fucking pollution. Like, it causes pollution. So are you saying there's no such thing as pollution? Like, it doesn't. It is none of it. Like, even if you're like, what is climate? Like, even if you don't understand climate change, you have to understand that if carbons and just dirt, say dirt, and trash and bad smelly shit is released into the air, like it's gonna do damage, right? It does damage to firefighters have to wear masks, right? Like,
yeah, that is correct.
I don't.
It's beyond crazy. And the other thing that is crazy is her and people like her always have these conspiracy things that everything's a big setup. Like January 6th was a big setup for people so they can get them arrested. The kids that, or anytime there's a shooting, like I want to say Marjorie Taylor Greene said this, she might not have, but somebody like her did, is that I'm almost positive she alluded to the fact that remember the Vegas shooter that shot down on all the country music people? Well, she alluded to the fact that this was the government getting somebody to shoot down on a bunch of people who would be for guns, and this would be their way of fooling them into now being advocates of gun safety. That's just fucking crazy. And she is not just a member of Congress. She is one of the most powerful members of Congress.
Right. And she's just saying that, like, and then she has children. This is what is just really is the kicker for me.
Yeah.
Girl, you got kids. And you're saying this stuff. Like, you're okay with, so maybe she does believe this nonsense because you got kids. Like, your kids gotta live in this. When you're gone, your grandchildren are gonna be here, or your great grandkids. Like, you don't want to make the world better. Like, it's so.
Sounds to me like she's indoctrinating those kids.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I would imagine she still lives in the district in which she was voted in. And my guess is that anybody that is crazy enough to overwhelmingly vote in a Marjorie Taylor Greene is that they don't particularly have all their wits together either. So maybe they live in a community of crazy. And that's why she's a hero there, because sometimes when you when there's a sense of heroism, that you start to feel like you're more powerful and more and she took advantage of that, and she did become pretty damn powerful and pretty high up in the Republican Party, just from a small district in Georgia, from her conspiracy theories and her intelligence of nuttiness. We've talked about that before. You can have all the knowledge, and she has a lot of knowledge, but it's about crazy shit.
Yeah. She just says anything. She says anything and blames it on the left. Anything.
Yeah.
Sand dune Martians came because of the left and the Space Force, and it's the Democrats and the Biden. Hunter Biden came
Hunter
down.
Biden is another thing. That's she's obsessed with Hunter Biden's penis, apparently.
My goodness. Is it her that wants to run for Senate? Did I hear one of them say they wanted to run for Senate? Did I hear it was Marjorie Taylor Greene?
No, Marjorie Taylor Greene has high aspirations of vice president. I think you're thinking of Carrie Lake, who is running for Senate.
Okay.
And it looks like the other crazy guy who lost his race for governor in Arizona, that Blake Masters.
Oh my God.
He's going to be running against Carrie Lake for Senate in that party, which is going to be a complete shit show.
We cannot have those like the Senate was where there was at least some decorum.
Yeah. Yep. Well, she got beat in, her House race, and she got beat pretty badly. The Senate, I think voters look at the Senate a little bit more like they do the presidency. They take that a little bit more serious, and the candidates a little bit better.
I hope so, because what the heck?
Arizona has seemed like they're doing the right thing. In fact, Arizona is one of those states that is seriously looking about not putting Donald Trump on the ballot. And again, it's one of those things that if it happens, it's happening for a reason, not because Joe Biden went in and said, please make sure he's not on the ballot. Joe Biden has nothing to do with this. Joe Biden is doing his job right now. And, he's letting everybody else do their job. And if it means taking Donald Trump off the ballot, you take him off the ballot. That's all there is to it.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
It is crazy.
And oh my God. Imagine the two of them like having a podcast together.
You talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene
and Alex? Oh my God, that's just. And Alex just if I were him, that's how he makes his money. Because what else would he do if he didn't do his podcast? What else would he do?
Nothing. And he was removed from a lot. He was removed from YouTube. He was removed from the social media platforms because, again, they keep talking about free speech and Democrats are killing free speech. There's a difference between free. You could say whatever you want. Apparently, this guy still has an outlet to say whatever he wants. But private companies also have the right to say, I don't want you on my platform saying that crazy shit. So that has nothing to do with free speech. That has just something to do with business.
Right.
Because you have, you start losing advertisers. You start losing, people like that because they're like, listen, I don't really want to be on your platform because I'm not interested in being on this, thing that, it's no different than when anybody protests the Bud Light, so if you wanted to protest Bud Light, you protest the Bud Light, you don't drink it anymore, but when Democrats do it, they're saying, oh, well, they're trying to kill free speech.